What is our first main topic today?
Okay, guys, first one up is from Craig Beggio. Hi, John. I've been really looking forward to Brightburn, but it's been an absolutely crazy week with my sister having a baby. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and other bits of life's craziness. I was really discouraged to see mediocre reviews for it, and now I just saw that it took a massive 70% drop at the box office. Do you think negative word of mouth and the bad reviews had anything to do with that? Also, what effect does Brightburn's drop have on the industry as a whole? Thanks.
Well, as far as the industry as a whole, I'm not sure. That's hard to say. Whenever you see somebody taking a chance and doing something a little bit different and unique, you want to see it have some success. And whenever it doesn't, that will give more pause to other filmmakers and studios in the future for maybe wanting to dive in and take a shot at it. Now, as far as Brightburn's drop goes, yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. The drop was rather significant. When we look at Brightburn, the first weekend was last weekend. It was in 2,607 theaters for its big opening. Only made $7.8 million. Now, granted, this movie did not cost $120 million to make. It didn't need to have a huge box office. But even for a film the size of Brightburn, 7.8 was pretty disappointing. Then we rolled into this past weekend, which is weekend 2, still playing in 2,607 theaters, but taking a massive 70.5% drop off, coming in at just $2.3 million on its second weekend. Now, we talk sometimes that you can sort of expect bigger drop-offs, but that's usually when a movie has a massive opening weekend, because that means almost everybody went to go see it anyway. What we gather from these Brightburn numbers is unfortunately that, number one, not a lot of people went to go see it on its opening weekend, and that there just simply wasn't positive word of mouth about it to get people to come out to weekend number 2. As a matter of fact, it seems like it was a detriment, and we had a significant 70.5% drop off, which is really too bad. Because, like I said, whenever you see filmmakers wanting to take a chance and wanting to try something different and do something a little bit out of the usual, as Brightburn clearly is, you really do want to see it get some success. That said, I mean, you guys have heard me talk about Brightburn. I was super excited for this film, but I was really rather disappointed in it. It was not nearly as good as I was hoping it would be. And I think the main problem for me was that even though it worked as a little indie horror film, there was really nothing to the storytelling. Like, what you see in the trailer is exactly what you get in the movie. And I was just kind of hoping that our main character here, the kid, he would have had any kind of a journey, any kind of a challenge, any kind of an obstacle he had to overcome, some sort of challenges he had to face, but there was none. The kid shows up in the movie, discovers his powers, and that's it. There's nothing he has to do in it. Now, again, there are some good little horror elements to it that make it function on that level, but it almost feels, and I've mentioned this before, that Brightburn would have worked better and maybe should have worked better as a short, like 20-minute installment in a horror anthology movie. You know, like a single little episode in an anthology might have been a little bit more effective. So I think a number of things has contributed to its downfall. Number one, the fact that the critic reviews weren't great for it, including mine, even though I was really excited about this movie. Number two, the word of mouth was not all that great. And that all that combined leads to a larger than, usual drop off. And it's not like you can blame Godzilla, because it's not like Godzilla ate up all the box office either, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. So yeah, it really is unfortunate, and it really is a shame. I hope that this doesn't deter other filmmakers from trying unique, different things later on, but you can't just rely on it being a unique idea. You got to still flesh it out, and you still got to put in the work, and you got to make it a compelling overall 3-act story. And unfortunately, I feel like Brightburn came up a little bit short of that. And I was cheering for it, and I'll continue to cheer for them. I want to see them do more stuff, but just maybe flesh it out a little bit more. And hopefully we'll get something a little bit better in the future. Did you guys see Brightburn? If so, what did you think of the film? And are you surprised or not surprised at all to see this 70% drop from weekend 1 to weekend 2? Jump down to the comments section below and let me know what you guys think.